Hey guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about something in the dirt. So if you have been following me for the last couple months, I've been talking about something in the dirt quite often ever since I watched it at Motel X. I've mentioned it quite a few times, and I told you I was going to do a review. I was just waiting for it to be officially out, which it will be in limited theaters tomorrow, Friday, November 4th, and on VOD later this month in November, I think like 22 maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but at the end of November it's coming out on VOD, so everyone can watch it. But because it will be available tomorrow in cinemas, I decided this was the perfect time to finally tell you about something in the dirt. If you've seen my Motel X recap, you know that was in my top tier, like my favorite of the festival. I still don't know if this was like my top favorite, but it was definitely the one that I kept thinking about and I kept wanting to watch it. I got the urge to rewatch it multiple times, and you already know that I've watched it twice at the festival, so that says a lot. I'm glad it's coming out pretty soon so I can watch it again. And yeah, you already have like an idea how this review is gonna go, but I'm gonna get into specifics, not spoilers, but some of the things that I liked about it. So yeah, let's get to it. So, if you don't know what Something in the Dirt is about, this is the new Moorhead Benson film. This was actually the first film of them that I've watched. I did watch their episodes of Moon Knight and The Twilight Zone and some other things, but up until this point I haven't watched any of their films. But now I did, like I watched this one and then I watched Endless and Spring. So yeah, now I've watched a few. But yeah, this is their new film, and it's about two neighbors that witness something supernatural in their apartment building, and they decide the best thing to do is make a documentary about it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but that's not actually what happens in this film. It's not really straightforward and it's not really that simple, but I'll get to that. Just like some other of their films, they also star in it. So the film stars Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson, as well as Sarah Adina Smith. There's other actors, obviously, but it's basically just Aaron and Justin. Yeah, it's them for like 95% of the film. And then there's just a few like cameos, like special guests, not really that important characters, to be honest. But yeah. Post that, let's get to the good bits and get to my thoughts. So I don't think I need to tell you that I love the film. That's pretty obvious. It's a really, really interesting film. There's just so much to it. It's clearly a low budget film. You can totally feel like the low budget, but that doesn't mean it's badly made. Like, I think it's really well shot, and just the fact that we know it's a low budget film, and it was only made by a group of like 3 or 5 people. I'm not 100% sure. They did mention that in the Q&A, but it was just a really small group of people. I think it was like 3 people on set that made the film. It's crazy how well it turned out, in my opinion. yeah, not only it's really well made, well shot, and all of that, but the story is crazy. It's a roller coaster. If you've seen Under the Silver Lake, it's a similar concept, but obviously Under the Silver Lake had a bigger budget, so because of that, you can see like the difference, not only like acting wise, but also in terms of like sets and cinematography as well, obviously. But I don't think any of those things are bad in Something in the Dirt. It's just that you can see the budget. Regardless, like the concept, it's pretty similar. So if you liked Under Silver Lake, I'm pretty sure you're going to like this one. If you like low budget films, I think you would prefer this one actually. But yeah, the concept, it like revolves around conspiracy theories, just wild theories in general. It also goes into like a rabbit hole of just wild things and touches on some topics that are relevant. It's just a bunch of ideas put into one film that you would think doesn't really work, but worked pretty well. One thing that some people might not like is the fact that it doesn't really have an explanation. The ending is pretty ambiguous, so people don't usually like that. I personally liked it, and because I saw it twice, like basically back to back, I could like figure some things out. I think I have like a good idea of what happened, at least makes sense in my head. But they also said in the Q&A that this one sort of connects with the other films like Resolution and The Endless, so you could think that like that could be the answer. But I also have some other theories, so if you'd like a spoilery video, just let me know in the comments, because I like my theory. I think it makes sense. So yeah, but on a first watch you might not really understand what happened, which is the point, I think. So I think this is the perfect film to rewatch multiple times, just like Under the Silver Lake. Honestly, both of them are great rewatches because you can pull things out of the film, like different things every time you rewatch it. So again, I can't wait to rewatch this one and maybe come up with a different idea, but I like the one I have right now. And yeah, it's just a great film to like theorize about, to talk about what happened, and it's a great conversation starter actually, because they bring up some wild ideas. So not only you're going to be thinking about what happens in the film, but also the topics that they touch on. So I love that. Apart from all of that, like theories and whatnot, I also really liked the score. I think it was like perfect for the vibe they went for. The acting, like their chemistry, obviously they've done a lot of work together, but their chemistry on screen is really good. I could buy that relationship, really like them. And honestly, it's just one of my favorite films of the year, like period. It's one of my favorites from the festival, but also like it's definitely my top 10 favorite movies of this year. And yeah, I don't think I really can say anything else without spoiling stuff. So let's get to my scores. I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm about to say, but overall I give the film a 4 out of 5. It's not a 5, it's not a 4.5 either, but I could see myself like giving it a higher score on a rewatch, on another rewatch, so we'll see. Cinematography, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Mainly just because of the low budget, because you can see that the budget wasn't like really high. Like, yeah, you could see the budget, but having that in mind, I think what they accomplished was pretty good. So I have to give them props for that, because like special effects and all of that were great. And originality, I also give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think it's somewhat original. I don't give it like a 4 because, as I said, I compare it to Under the Silver Lake. I think they are really similar. However, I don't think there's other movies like these two. So yeah, it's pretty original, and yeah, overall I really liked it. So yeah guys, these are my thoughts on Something in the Dirt. I'm actually so excited not only to rewatch it, but also for everyone to finally see it, because yeah, this was one of the biggest surprises of the year, and like watching it at my favorite film festival with the directors there and meeting them was just great, and I really love the film. So yeah, I really recommend you go watch it if you can in theaters, because it's an amazing experience. If you can't, yeah, wait for it to be out on VOD. As I said, I think it's out at the end of November, so you still have to wait a little bit, but yeah, if you end up watching it, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you have seen it already, also let me know. I'm really curious to see if people like it as much as I do. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.